Okay, so if you love to jump into the pages of a good book, then there is a festival that has your name written all over it. The SunLit Festival starts Thursday with, get this, 24 events taking place in Tampa and St. Pete. And today I'm joined by founder Maureen McDole, along with local author Paul Wilborn, who will be featuring his book, Cigar City, Tales from a 1980s Creative Ghetto. Good morning.
Good to see you.
It's another year has come and gone.
Yes.
This festival seriously keeps getting bigger and better.
Talk
about some of the highlights and what you're really excited about this year.
Well, it's the 5th annual SunLit Festival, so we've been going for 5 years. This is our first time that we're actually branching from St. Pete also into Tampa.
I was going to say, did you have 24 events when you started 5 years ago?
Actually, it was, we were co-sponsoring it with the Antiquarian Book Fair. It was kind of the ideas of the founder, because the Antiquarian Book Fair takes place every year, and they wanted to create a festival that when their people are in town to, you know, showcase what's going on in our area. So it started as a week, but yeah, and last year I think it was smaller, and we only had 18 events. But the city and all of Tampa Bay is so like literary friendly. We just kept coming up with ideas, and libraries wanted to be involved, and more people wanted to be involved. And
you said the best part about this, obviously, it's for all ages, and most of these events are free. It doesn't cost you anything to go, which I think is huge.
It's really important with my organization, Keep St. Pete Lit, that we run, that you know, what we do is accessible to all. So I would say 95% of the events are free. So
for those who have not been yet, how do you describe what, I mean, how do you even pick when there's 24?
How do you pick? Well, I mean, you know, we
have... The one's closest to you. Probably something close to you.
Location.
Yeah, I mean, we really have something for everybody. We have stuff for kids. We have
it's
Paul's
a chance
reading.
to meet, local authors.
Yeah, meet local authors. Poetry night hike at Boyd Hill. Go into nature. The real overarching theme is that literature goes everywhere. So we went into the MFA, into their photography archives, the Museum of Fine Arts, and we're having local writers. Paul did this 2 years ago. Write about their photography collection. It's called ekphrastic writing. So it's really just to showcase literature and also the arts, well, kind of everything in our community.
Well, Paul, I want to hear a little bit from you now. In your book, which this is a fictional book, it's short stories that we are saying you can maybe confirm, you cannot confirm or deny, maybe.
I wanted to have a little distance, but Ybor City in the 1980s was much like Lower East Side in New York, that all the immigrants, my great-grandparents had come to Ybor as immigrants, but everybody was gone, and artists moved into these cheap apartments looking for some urban authenticity. And so for about 10 or 12 years, it was just an arts colony. And we did all kinds of parties and crazy things, and just no one told us no, and so we just said yes.
Isn't that fun? Fun things can happen.
I know. I think Ybor's growth kind of came out of that, because people realized you could have a lot of fun down there.
So I was interested to know that this is actually your first book. You've been a journalist in the area for quite some time as well.
I never thought I could concentrate that long to do a whole book. I like to,
you know, still short stories, though. I can see that word.
I think it was the best of both for me.
Yeah. So what has I mean, obviously, you know, you're a local kid, right? This is where you grew up. I mean, what's the reaction been like? And obviously, you're going to find out more from this festival.
It's just starting to break, but a lot of people love this area. Even people who weren't in Ybor, we would have giant parties at the Cuban Club and draw, you know, 3,000 people. And our group helped start Guavaween, which grew into 100,000 thing. It was a little small art party for about 2,000 or 3,000 people. So it has a lot of ramifications today, and the book runs with pictures from that era, so it kind of lets you see it.
I think we've been showing some.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
What do you think this means, you know, when you put something like this together? I mean, is it fun to kind of look at the future and see where Ybor's going now? I mean...
It's, you know, Ybor's gone through ups, and it always has. And I thought it's really kind of on an upswing again right now, and you know, I love that area. It just draws me back. I live in St. Pete now, but my roots are still in Ybor City. So this is the kind of fun stuff that you can get, where you can visit with authors. I mean, what is it, do you think, about having a festival where you can really kind of communicate, you know, with the authors and be in the same room with them that people love so much?
Well, what did you just say? Like, we could kind of do whatever we want and there were no rules. And I was kind of thinking that's kind of the SunLit Festival. You know, just that kind of coming up with innovative new ideas.
She gets a great idea and she makes it happen. And people show up. It's pretty cool.
We have a great community. Like, I can't say enough about the art scene in all of Tampa Bay. So, I mean, I think it's great to, like, if you love an author, and Steph Post is going to be a part of a horror writers it's not a workshop, a reading at Books at Park Place, and she has a great book that's come out, and she's a local author. She just moved to the woods.
She moved to the woods, but she taught at Blake for a long time.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. And this is her 3rd book, so
fourth.
yeah, it's just wonderful to see people grow. And
well, that's what I was thinking too, even for young ones who maybe are, have a passion for writing and want to figure out how to do it and where to go. And I mean, what an awesome event.
Yeah, the Poetry Night Hike at Boyd Hill, we've done this about 3 years partnering with them, but I mean, we give them little poems and then they take a black light and we find scorpions and read poems about scorpions. So there's a young child that I know that went to it like 3 years ago, and she's 9 now, and she still talks about it. So it's like if we can kind of imprint literature in young minds.
And in this digital world, it's just everything starts with the written word. The written word.
Storytelling.
Well, we put up the details there. We'll make sure it goes on our website as well. Thank you both for coming in this morning.
Thanks, Vincent.
Thank you. Some of your time.
Yeah.
And, again, 24 event. Good luck.
Yes. Thank you.
You don't need it.
Yeah.
I will put the details on our website.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.